Hello Shemstars, welcome to your English class. Students, today we are going to begin with a new poem from your course book, Prayer of a Sportsman. So students, what do you think should be a sports person's first and foremost goal? Read on the poem to find out what a sportsman is praying for and decides to do. Coming to the first paragraph of the poem, Dear Lord, in the battle that goes on through life, I ask but a field that is fair, a chance that is equal with all in the strife, a courage to strive and to dare. So, in this paragraph, the sportsperson, the sportsman, is praying to the Lord Almighty that in this battle that goes on through life, that when at all he is playing, when he is participating in any sport, any event, he asks but a field that is fair. He prays to God that whenever he plays, whenever he participates, it should be a fair game. Further, he says, a chance that is equal with all in the strife. With all in the strife, with all who are competing, with all who are playing, with all who are in competition with one another in the particular game. A courage to strive and to dare. And he prays to God that he should have the courage, he should have all the strength to strive for, to work hard to achieve success and to dare to play well. In the second paragraph he says, and if I should win, let it be by the code, that if he has to win the game, if he wins the game, it should be by the code, means following the rules. It should be a fair and square game. There should be no cheating in the game that he wins. He should not cheat the other opponent. With my faith and my honor held high. And if I should lose, let me stand by the road and cheer as the winners go by. So he prays to God that that he should be so honest in his game, he should be so loyal in his game, that he should play very fair, and if he wins, it should be an honorable win. It should be a claimed one, that he has won because he has played a fair game. And if at all he loses in the game, if he loses the match, he should have the courage to applaud, to cheer the winner, to cheer his opponent, to cheer his competitor. Further, he says, and Lord, may my shouts be ungrudging and clear, a tribute that comes from the heart. So he says that even if he loses a match, he should cheer the opponent, and his cheer should be so loud and ungrudging. It should be free of all envy and jealousy. He should not be jealous of his competitor, of the player who has played against him and won. And he says that that tribute, that commendation should come right from the core of his heart. And let me not cherish a snarl or a sneer or play any sniveling part. So he says that, and let me not cherish, that I should not have any kind of angry expression. I should not be having any kind of disrespectful look or comment for my opponent, or I should not be complaining or whining, or I should not be crying, or I should not be envious against my opponent. Further he prays, he says, let me say, there they ride on whom laurels bestowed, since they played the game better than I. So he prays to God that he should be such that when his opponents in the game win, he should behold them and he should praise in their glory that there they go on whom laurels bestowed. Laurels bestowed means who have been the achievers, who have won the match, and they have won, and he should be able to say this, that they have won because they played the game better than I. Then he says, let me stand with a smile by the side of the road and cheer as the winners go by. And he prays to God that he should be so honest, he should be so strong in his will, that he should stand and smile by the side of the road and cheer the winners as they go by. So, grant me to conquer, if conquer I can, by proving my worth in the fray. But teach me to lose like a regular man, and not like a craven, I pray. So, he says that he should be granted to conquer. To conquer means to win. If he can win, he should win by proving his worth, by proving in the fair game that he is better than his competitor, that in the competition. But teach me to lose like a regular man, he says that. And if he loses, if he happens to lose, and if his competitor plays better than him, he should not crave, he should not behave like a cowardly man, and he should not complain on his loss. Let me take off my hat to the warriors who strode to victory splendid and high. Yea, teach me to stand by the side of the road and cheer as the winners go by. So once again, he says to the Lord Almighty to let him take off his hat to the warriors, to the ones who have become victorious. He should be able to appreciate, he should be able to applaud, he should be able to commend those people who have been victorious in the game. And he repeats, he says, teach me to stand by the road, by the side of the road, and cheer as the winners go by. That if the other person has won, then also he should be able to be happy for the other person, because it had been a fair and a square game, and the other person has won because he was better than him. I hope all of you have understood the poem very well, children. Do go through the text and the explanation twice so that you understand it well. In case of any doubts, do post your queries in the comment section of the Google Classroom. Till then, God bless you all. Stay home, stay safe.